So here I am on day 3. I've just made it to the Kibo huts, and we're now at an altitude of 4,700 meters. So that's about 15,000 feet. Actually, all in all, I'd say that for the most part, yesterday was actually a little bit harder than today. I found that yesterday on the second day, we got above the jungle kind of terrain, so we were out of like any kind of tree cover, and the sun was just so relentless yesterday. And yeah, with the altitude, it was kind of a struggle yesterday sometimes then to get my breath. But of course, because it was so hot with the sun, your body's trying to keep itself cool at the same time, and it was just really, really exhausting yesterday. So yeah, for the most part today started okay. The weather was pretty good because it was cloudy, so I didn't have the sun beating down on me. And it was just, yeah, the first few hours were actually just really great. We kind of got into this kind of really bizarre kind of vegetation. It's like this moorland vegetation. And there's like trees and bushes and heather and flowers, and like most of them, that species only grows here on the mountain and nowhere else in the world. And kind of like, especially like these trees that I saw, it was almost kind of like an alien like landscape. So I was kind of really, yeah, really enjoyed that. And we got some good views too. It's not been clear all the time. It is like rainy season. But actually, for me, that's actually better because I find that the cloud and the mist that keeps kind of coming and going, like, really just makes it so much more kind of spectacular. So that's been good. Once we'd had lunch, it got tough today. The last kind of hour really, really started to feel the altitude. It's like you can take a few steps, and you don't, at this point, I don't have to stop, like, kind of every few steps. I can keep going, but just at a really slow pace. And any time that I've tried to then get ahead of myself and kind of speed up a bit, it's like your head is just pounding, because you just can't get enough oxygen. So, and it leaves you like really, like, my feeling right now is I'm just kind of exhausted and kind of don't feel that with it, like just kind of spaced out, a bit fuzzy in my head, really kind of flushed, which, as I'm sure you can see. So yeah, it's been tough, but I think I'm doing good. I found it really hard yesterday, this whole, facing this alone. After I made my diary entry yesterday on video, I kind of had a bit of a downer, to be honest. Was kind of just chilling like in my hut on my own, but just felt a bit alone and a bit exhausted, and it's been a real up and down journey. I went from that low point though, within a couple of hours. Actually, the mist kind of cleared yesterday, and for the first time we could get like the full viewpoint, like down across Tanzania. So I ventured out from the hut, and it was just incredible, the view. And then also this group of university students, that are from Tanzania, they were all out there, and they were kind of all like holding hands in a circle, singing songs and jumping up and down, and and they saw me like I was the only other person other than that group that was at the camp, and they waved me to come join them, and before I knew it, I was kind of jumping about and kind of singing with them, and then we each kind of took turns to go in the middle, and you had to kind of like shake your ass, like, and it was yeah, it was an experience. I didn't expect that I'd be shaking my ass on my way up Kilimanjaro, for sure. So that was a nice kind of end to the day yesterday. But I didn't sleep good last night. another thing with altitude, it does disturb your sleep, and having really weird kind of vivid dreams as well. Had quite a headache last night, but I took some ibuprofen and that kind of settled it down a bit. Got a bit of a headache now too. I'm probably gonna take some more to kind of clear that. So from like the plan from now is actually we're gonna set off tonight, to try and reach the summit. So the time is probably about like 3 in the afternoon right now. I've just had some tea. I've been told try and get some sleep. So I'm gonna try and fit in a couple of hours sleep now. Then about 5 o'clock I'm having dinner. Back to bed by 6, and then they're gonna get me up at 11 o'clock tonight. And we're gonna attempt to reach the summit by 6 a.m. in time for sunrise. So it's gonna take us 7 hours. It's probably gonna be about 0 degrees when we set off. It's gonna be like -15 by the time we get to the top. So I'm literally gonna be wearing every layer that I've got, taking it really, really slow. But yeah, I'm feeling confident. I've actually today as well, when I got to this camp, just met an American guy, and he attempted to summit yesterday but couldn't make it. So he's hung back another day. He's going to attempt again tonight. So at least actually I'm going to have someone that I can, go with, and we can support each other. So yeah, we're going to be going from 4,700 meters to the summit, which is 5,890. So it's a long way at this altitude. Yeah, so there you go. It's been up and down. It's emotional as well. I could actually probably cry right now. But we'll see. I'm gonna give it my best shot, and hopefully when I make this entry tomorrow, when we're back down to these huts, I'm gonna tell you that I smashed it. So yeah, see you then.